I need more festive music for those dramatic openings. Welcome to One Flight Down and day 5 of the Advent Challenge. I don't know if this is a challenge. Well, I think it's challenging, as you'll see in a minute. I am joined by a special guest today. Do you know who it is? Yeah, it's Ken. It's Ken again. Big round of applause for Ken. So,
hard to do jazz hands with a screen background.
Like disappearing hands. That's like new age jazz or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. New age jazz hands. So Ken is joining us today, even though he cannot drink the beer that I'm drinking. I'm drinking for my day 5. It is the Champagne of Beers Miller High Life. But Ken already had his Miller High Life. But you didn't drink
kind
it,
of. There's a little bit of a story here. So when the package arrived, I actually decided to, I'll show you guys what I did here. Here we go.
You all just love watching us like play with
yeah. So I decided to make a loaf of bread with my Miller High Life.
Nicely done.
The reason for it is because it's a very light beer. It's not very hoppy, and the bread packaging takes on the flavor of the beer. And if you have something very hoppy, very strong, it kind of makes an off-tasting beer. And I never have beer like this in the house, so I thought I would use it to make a lovely loaf of bread, which ended up looking like that, and it's delicious.
Looks incredible, yeah. So it turned out.
And so what I have today is I have some bread.
Whoa!
Jam on it.
All right, so you're gonna be sampling
that. High Life beer.
All right. And so the bread, and I've got a package of it here. I'm not going to make it here in the Terry Isle pub because that would just be silly. But our friend Sean Kowalski makes this bread mix. It's like a side hustle. It's called Just Add Beer. You add whatever beer to the bread, and he recommends not using anything too hoppy or too overly flavorful. I did make biscuits one time with Trans-Canada Blueberry. And they gave it just a touch of a blueberry kind of taste. It was quite good. I don't know if Sean still has more for sale, but if you know Sean, hit him up, send him a message. If you don't know Sean,
he did say he was making a new batch. He has 3 kinds of bread. He does pizza dough, and they also do jam. So if you're looking for jam, the jam I have on my bread, they also make that with grapes they grow in your backyard.
All right. So if you know Sean or Priscilla, send them a message. If you don't live in Winnipeg, and it's probably not a good idea to contact them. I won't give out their information to just anyone, but if you know them, contact them. And if Sean says, "For God's sake, put my info out there," then I'll do that on another episode. Anyway, we got to get to this beer because I took this out of the fridge already. And my experience with beers like this, you got to drink them cold. So it's already warming up too much. So this is Miller High Life, established 1903. It is 4.6% alcohol. It's beer. Okay. So
it's the champagne of beers now. It's the champagne
of beers. It is the champagne of beers. It says that in very small writing. Take our word for it. It is the champagne of beers. So I'm expecting this to be quite special. Now, can it legally be called the champagne of beers? Is that?
I think the hops have to be grown in the Champaign County of Wisconsin.
Right. So I don't know. This might not be legal. This might just be all a sham.
I'm going to join you, Al, but I brought a wavelength from Sucrum's.
Oh, so I'm jealous. My champagne of beers is going to be just fine. It's going to be just fine.
I'm going to click this while you're talking there.
There we go.
Maybe we can do a side by side here and compare the the wavelength to the champagne of beers.
Well, the champagne of beers is very, very clear, which I guess isn't a huge surprise.
Yeah.
Big white fluffy
Yeah,
head. The head looks almost the
I
same. I think you have to hold it like right in front of yourself in order to.
know it's tricky.
That's
This is very hazy.
Beer. Yeah, yours is a much hazier beer. Yours doesn't have the upside down snowfall like mine has.
No.
Mine is like Christmas Day and Stranger Things, the upside down snowfall.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fluffy head on this though.
Did you do a hard pour there? I didn't see.
It was like a half hard pour. Yeah, okay. I never fully commit, but for like a pretty basic beer, like it's kind of got almost that like IPA kind of head, like that, like a beer float kind of look to it. I'm sure it's not going to taste like an IPA, but it's
you get that mustache effect.
Yeah.
This is hoppy.
This is basically bready on the nose. No mustache going. That's fairly refreshing, I guess. It's a little I don't know. It's got that kind of like, American beers kind of have that like corn kind of taste tasteless. To them. Tasteless. A little bit of corn. A little bit of corn. That's what. Yeah, I'm glad it's cold. Yeah, it's a beer. This is about as basic a beer as you're gonna get. A little bit of like the aftertaste kind of lands with a bit of a thud. Like I think of that Polish beer we had last night. Like that was so crisp and went down so easy. The champagne of beers doesn't go down quite as easy. It's a little more of an aftertaste on the champagne of beers. It's been a while since I've had a champagne, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, hard to say.
Really hard to say.
Well, it is tastier in bread form with jam.
Yeah, you totally got me beat on this bread and jam thing. We actually have some of their current jam upstairs and bread mix, but I committed to drinking this. So, like some kind of weirdo. I don't know.
Well, it would have been weird us both eating bread.
Yeah, nobody. It's already a hard enough sell to get people to watch a beer tasting video. A bread tasting video, I think, would be harder. We're gonna review bread together. All right, time for me to do my song. I'm gonna do my song, right, and then we're gonna wrap things up quick. And Ken's gonna eat more bread and jam probably, and you're gonna miss it. Okay, here we go. Day 5. Okay. On the 5th day of Christmas, pants Tacky gave to me Miller High Life, Tiskia Polish beer, old familiar from Sukrum's, La Shop St. B, and Stanley Park Waypoint Hazy Pale Ale. There we go. All right. Nice. That's getting harder already.
I like the High Life, the 5 Rings High Life. That's pretty nicely done.
I spent a few minutes working on that one. I had Don from Scotland commented on the video yesterday. He did say Tiskia was his his pronunciation. So he's Scotland's a little closer to Poland than we are. So
yeah, he's also Scottish though. So
yeah, his pronunciation of things is I don't know. I'm actually supposed to be chatting with Don tomorrow, so he'll probably give me a hard time if he watches this. Anyways, that's day 5 all wrapped up. Thanks for tuning in. I see no comments, so I don't know if anyone has tuned in live, but so many people have watched this by tomorrow. It'll be nuts.
What are we doing tomorrow,
Al? Tomorrow, what do I have up tomorrow? The Occult Classic.
Gee, I wonder who put that one in there.
I bet that was Ken Gordon. That's what I have up for tomorrow. Nice. I'm probably going to do it a bit earlier tomorrow, but I don't know if you're free or not. But yeah, that's what we're doing tomorrow. The Occult Classic, more Sukrums. This will be like the 3rd time Sukrums has been featured in one of these videos. because Ken snuck an extra one in today. But that's okay. It's Sukrums. We love Sukrums. And that wavelength is pretty sweet. I like that beer a lot.
It's awesome. Yeah, West Coast IPA, very hoppy, beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful beer.
Yeah, it's I think the 4th version of the wavelength they did, which I think is like kind of a combination
of edition.
Is it the 8th? Holy
Anne
smokes.
says 8th edition, yes.
Wow. I don't know how many of them I've had. I don't think I've had 8 of them, but yeah, there you go. Sukrums. So we end our Miller High Life Champagne of Beers episode talking about Sukrums. That feels fitting enough.
Perfect.
All right. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.